Lucasfilms Boba Fett movie reportedly would have featured his entire bounty hunter team from The Empire Strikes Back. Since Disney acquired Lucasfilm, they've quickly brought Star Wars back to the forefront of pop culture. The two saga films made $3.5 billion at the box office combined, despite Star Wars: The Last Jedi dividing the fanbase. But the studio also started exploring standalone movies like Rogue One. Instead of telling brand new stories with new characters, they appeared to be more interested in mining the original trilogy. This brought Alden Ehrenreich to star as a young Han Solo in Solo, a Star Wars story, earlier this year. But it was a big disappointment at the box office after a tumultuous production process. The lacking response to Solo came as the studio was developing several different standalone movie ideas. One would have brought Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the other prominent one was a movie starring the fan-favorite bounty hunter known as Boba Fett. Logan's James Mangold was even reportedly brought on to direct. But now Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy confirmed the Boba Fett movie is no longer happening. Related, Disney's Star Wars doesn't know how to use Boba Fett, in covering Kennedy's comments and how Boba Fett no longer has a future. EU revealed some possible story details for what the movie would have been about and who else would have starred. According to the source, the movie would have focused on Fett and the menagerie of bounty hunters who appeared alongside him on the deck of a Star Destroyer in The Empire Strikes Back. This group consists of IG-88, Zuckuss, 4LOM, Dengar, and Bossk, and all but confirms the film would be a direct prequel to the original trilogy. If this is, indeed, where Lucasfilm wanted to take the Boba Fett film, it would be the latest example of them relying on the original trilogy for the basis of these new stories. Boba Fett is just a cool-looking character in the original trilogy and received no development beyond that. Turning characters like IG-88 or Dengar into major characters could be an interesting idea, but there's also no reason why it couldn't introduce brand new bounty hunters for fans to love. Of course, turning these incredibly minor characters into something greater could only make their appearances in Empire greater. Regardless of whether the bounty hunters joining Boba in his solo movie were from Empire or original characters, it does show the idea of making this movie an ensemble. All Star Wars films have large casts, and the two Star Wars story entries are no different. Rogue One was a 6-person ensemble and Solo had just as many as part of the core group, while also introducing some other smaller members. This would appear to be a good tactic to take with a mysterious and often quiet-led character like Boba, but the reliance on known characters and names is where it could become frustrating for some. It appears it won't really matter right now if Boba Fett truly isn't in development anymore, but it could be the angle they take if the project and the standalone movies in general are ever reconsidered. Source: EU tags. Boba Fett